what's up, Insomniacs? MidnightSun518 here from the desk, and today I have just a random assortment of things kind of thrown into one video. I did one of these last year with just stupid little upgrade things that I did for my truck, little miscellaneous items, and here's another one. So I got a couple things here, right? So we're going to be doing a fire extinguisher mount over on the passenger side, which is relatively quick. Obviously, you've already seen the video with the mount going to the seat, but this is like the quick release portion of it. And then we're also going to be doing mounting of my Rotopax onto the roof of the Taco, which I did eventually remove, and I put my Max Tracks up there and put the Rotopax where the Max Tracks were on the bed, but you'll see that in later videos. Either way, it's just kind of something small. There's two more things. So I have the tool mount for mounting like the axe and my shovel and that kind of stuff into the bed of the truck, and then there's also a little RedBull Can Holder that goes into the center console in the truck. That just like fits a RedBull can. I don't know, I like RedBull. So anyways, should be relatively quick, but let's check it out. Alright, so here I am in the passenger seat. We got another quick upgrade for you. Nothing super crazy. I bought myself, out of the packaging here, another Amazon quick grab, but it's a quick release mount for fire extinguisher. So the kit's super simple. It comes with your quick release, right? And then it comes with a couple of just like band clamps. I don't know exactly what you call these things, right? But either way, so you have this side, which the clamps run through these holes, and then it mounts to the fire extinguisher itself. And then this side naturally is going to go onto the bar, right? Now the way that this functions, you've got this little release lever, and it is spring return, right? And so you're going to pull out on that, and you're going to lift up on this side, right? And that's going to release the lever from this little hole, and then it just slides out of the notch. And then of course this is what your extinguisher is going to be attached to. But yeah, super easy, quick. So first step obviously is to take the extinguisher off of the mount that I already had it on. So all you need is a 3mm Allen wrench. So I got that old mount, this plastic crap, off. I also took the quick release portion that attaches to the fire extinguisher off of here, right? And then I relocated this bracket. It was at the second hole here, and I put it on this little slide portion, just because it wasn't going to be wide enough to be able to accommodate. And I figured with the actual mount up here, just to keep the fire extinguisher as tucked up against the seat as I can, I'm going to use the first holes on this mount, and that should be pretty good. So this next step is actually really simple. So we'll pull these out, and then we'll be lining it up. Once again, it's going to have to run through here, right? So we're going to go and kind of bend it back on itself, and then we'll kind of line up our extinguisher on it. If you want, you can set it down on the mount so that you can pick exactly how you want the extinguisher to go. But for now, this is just kind of what we're going to do. And then this will allow us to connect these two ends. So now that those are both installed, we're actually going to hook this into place here on the mount itself. Remember pulling that pin out, and that locks it down into place. And this way you can just kind of like figure out exactly how you want the fire extinguisher to sit inside of your truck. I know you can't see it too well. So I have it pretty much centered on the passenger seat, right? And then from here, you're going to tighten it up. Cool. And just like that, you have the bands in place with your quick release mount, and I put those in the back, right? And so once again, this little notch just slots into the back end just like this. And then you can pull this little pin out, and it drops down into place just like that. So we have a Rotopax mount by Whiz. I don't know, some random brand that I found on Amazon. But it's red and it's pretty because it matches a lot of the red and stuff that I have in my truck. And we're going to be mounting it up on the roof rack, right, along with our water pack, and then we'll put the fuel on the opposite side. So the Whiz thingamajig came with another Rotopax mounting plate, and this was only like 25 bucks versus the 50 that you'll spend if you get the actual Rotopax brand one like I have. But we have the up top screw bolts, and so we have these little tab things right here that go into the center track of the rack itself, and then of course we have our washer and then a screw to go down the other side. This just mounts to the plate like that, and then the plate itself is what we're gonna have the screws going through to mount to the rack. There it is, fully installed. I got the lock already put on it and everything. I ended up sliding the bars forward just because I like it being a little bit more forward, it looks better. But yeah, really not a heck of a lot to go into this. You mount it up and it's good to go. Now up top does make Rotopax mounts that just kind of offset the spacing for the actual mount so you can get all 4 corners mounted, but I mean, it ain't going nowhere. So I'm gonna leave it as is. So here is the Rago Fabrications, there's their logo right there. Quick fist mount like system, right? So Quick Fist isn't theirs, it's some other random company, which is a tool mount, right? Rago Fabrication just makes these brackets right here to be able to mount this to your bed rack or whatever the heck you're gonna be mounting it to. So we have all the tools laid out here. For the larger bolts right here, these ones with the squared off portion, right, which will drop down right through here and that locks it into place. They're gonna be running a 14 millimeter socket for its associated lock nut. If you're gonna be using the smaller nuts, right, the ones that are gonna go in the these 2 corners right here, basically you're gonna be using an 11 millimeter socket in order to install those ones. And on the opposite end of that, you're gonna be using a 5/32 Allen key for the other sides. That's an 11 millimeter and a 5/32. And then for the intermediate sized threaded bolts, which are gonna be going through here and then through your quick fist mount to the other side, you're gonna be using a 3/16 Allen key, and then the nut itself that's associated with that on the other side is gonna be a 13 millimeter. So there's the 2 of them fully like connected, I guess, right? And I have them tightened down pretty darn good. I will say though that if you wanted to buy just the quick fist mounting system, they're only like 10 bucks for the 2 rubber things, and they do come with this little like tabby tab. So you can screw, I don't know if you can see the hole right down in the center right here, but you can screw through that to this tab and then have these just mounted directly to whatever you're using. I went with these brackets just because I felt like it was going to be a little bit easier, a little bit more modular to be able to set up on my rack. However, the whole kit itself, the 10 or 12 bucks for those, along with the fabricated parts, came out to be about $50, which is a little expensive. But I thought I'd give it a try. So it's really up to you guys on what's worth it. But let's get this on the truck. So I'm going to end up mounting these on the inside of the rack, and here's another reason why I went with this mounting system is because these stick out a little ways, which means that I can set this up on my rack and have it held away from the edge of this like raised lip right here. So that way when I install like my axe or whatever the heck, this is going to be set up like that. So having these little nubbins on this side really lines up with the rest of the look from the rack itself. And on the inside, it mounts up super easy. Basically, you just put your thing inside of the little rubber grippy thing, and then you can pull on your tab in order to close it down, clamp it down on top of whatever it is that you're using. Obviously, I just have my shovel here. Once again, I'm gonna be getting another one of these mounted on the other side. Basically run right up against the Rotopax here. I'll probably mount it on this inner portion, and then that's where I'm going to be able to put my axe. But it's a super easy solution. It looks awesome, and if you really wanted to, you can even take these and mount them up inside of the RCI bed rack rails right here, and that way you can have stuff mounting from the top down if you don't have like the space on the side or something like that. Totally an option. But yeah, that's super easy to install. There you go. The last thing I didn't mention, I didn't end up using these because I didn't need them because the RCI bed rack is already set up for this size of hole. Not all bed racks are the same. But if you do need this, this goes on the opposite side of the rack or whatever you're mounting it to. So here is just another simple and random upgrade for the Tacoma. I will have to get the person that I ordered this from on the screen here for you. But I bought this little 3D printed part from Etsy, from the shop that I just put on the screen, and all it is to hold a Red Bull can, or, you know, non-alcoholic beverages. Disclaimer, don't drink and drive, kids. But this useless little slot in the Tacoma, not really useless because I put like my phone in there sometimes, but I don't do a heck of a lot with it. So you can take this right here and you can pop it right into place just like that, and hold a Red Bull, which is super nice because all of these ones, these cup holders and the ones up front, are just a little bit too big, so the can is like all flopping around and stuff. So this is like the perfect size to fit a Red Bull. And here, guys, I have my delicious watermelon Red Bull, and it slides perfectly. It is not stupid typed, which means that you know, you have different can sizes. Obviously, Red Bull is very specific, and other cans are slightly larger than Red Bull, but those will also fit in here as well. And it just keeps your drink a little bit more upright than like this one. You'd be driving down the road and it's just spilling everywhere, you know what I mean? So it's perfect. There you have it. So obviously nothing here is super crazy, super difficult. It's all quick install type stuff, and I didn't really go too in-depth except for the fire extinguisher mount. But if you do have questions, please drop a comment, and I will answer them as I can. But yeah, so if you want to check these things out, there'll be links down in the description, along with, like, I don't know, pricing, I guess. I don't know if I'm going to put that in there. But hope you guys have enjoyed, and yeah, see you around. And that's on up.